Hello, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to the milestone meeting 400 rendezvous. Looking for a supportive and positive environment where people encourages you, lifts you up, enhances your skills. Then, my dear friend, Toastmasters Club is the right place for you. There are numerous examples why people join it. Some for enhancing their personality, some for networking, and some for discovering their own potentials. Now, let me share the mission of our club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, which results in greater self confidence and personal growth. If I share you my personal experience, Toastmasters Club has given me a lot. From the day when I joined the club to now, when it has been almost 8 months. In this 8 months journey, the Toastmaster Club has given me a tremendous amount of support and positivity, which has helped me in enhancing my personality and improving my confidence level. And on this special occasion, on the 400th rendezvous, I would like to thank the CDTM for all the support you give. Thank you so much, CDTM. Thank you. Now, I would like to introduce you all to the president of our club. He's working as the consultant to Government of India in Niti Aayog, working towards the improvement of the socio-economic factors of the living conditions of the people to the poorest districts in India. He believes in order to achieve something that no one has ever envisioned, one needs to lose the bagger of success and be a positive and intelligent risk taker. Now, let me help me to introduce the president of our club, Toastmaster Karthik Bhatia.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kashish, for that great introduction on this great evening. Before we proceed ahead, I would request everyone to close your eyes and pray for 30 seconds for world peace. Thank you, everyone. Well, today I want to talk about perseverance. Karoli Takacs of the Hungarian army was a top pistol shooter in 25-meter rapid fire. He was preparing for Olympics 1940 and was expected to win gold for his nation. But one day in 1938, during one of the army exercises, a grenade exploded in his right hand, his shooting hand. His dream of winning that gold seemed to be over. He spent a month on recovery and decided that he is not going to feel pity, and he held on to his dream of gold. But he found that he had a fully functional left hand, and he started to practice with it. For months, he practiced. And when he showed up on a shooting event one day, others present in that event started to offer condolences to him for losing his hand and for lauding his strength and courage to watch others shoot at an event. He replied to them, I didn't come here to watch, I came here to compete. And to everyone's surprise, he won the competition and rose to prominence again with his left hand. As destiny would have it, Olympics 1940 and 1944 were cancelled due to World War II. But Karoli never gave up. He won gold in 1948 and then again in 1952. For anyone who wants to succeed, nothing matters more than attitude and will. This club is alive today and is able to celebrate this feat due to numerous Karoli Takaks of this club. With passion and commitment of its members, we are privileged enough to witness such an event. Our club is one of the best in the world. Yes, I can claim it. Our club is one of the best in the world because its members have always believed in excellence and have always put in that extra effort to ensure we keep producing world class leaders. But before I say anything, I would request everyone to please unmute themselves and give a big round of applause for every single member of this club that has been associated till now and has made us reach this milestone. Let's give it a good round of applause, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Well, these milestones are never complete if the guiding lights of the big community are not there. And at this moment, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the international president who has graced the occasion today, DTM Richard E. Pexa, the immediate international president, DTM Deepak Menon, who is also a mascot of our club and yes, a very proud member of our club. Then we have DTM Jennifer Ghosh, who is the former District 41 director. Then we have Kaushik Bhattacharya, who is the PR director of District 41. And we have our area director also joining us today, Toastmaster Vivek Kumar. And we'll have several dignitaries joining us today. We do have Ajay Malik sir as well. We welcome you to the club, sir. Then we have our former division director, Toastmaster Gurpreet Babbar joining in today. We welcome you to the club. My apologies if I missed out anyone. I'm very excited about this meeting today. Uh, at this moment, I would like to hear from few of our guests that have joined us today. Do we have Chitrakshi here? Guest Chitrakshi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, Chitrakshi, welcome to our club. Let us know how did you get to know about Toastmasters, and yes, what brought you to our club meeting today?
I'll answer the second question first. Akriti brought me to the meeting today. She's the reason I'm here. She was quite convincing and she made sure that I'm here. And hence, I'm here right here in front of all of you. How do I know about Toastmasters? I'm an image consultant, and a lot of my fellow consultants are also part of various Toastmaster club. Now, the issue was that I've been trying to get into the club for almost 5 years, but I travel so often that I couldn't never really shut down one particular club. And thanks to, I think, COVID and the lockdown, I got an opportunity to be here. So, yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for introducing you. And if those travel restrictions or travel conditions are not in place, I can assure you, you are a CDTMite then.
Hoping so.
Then next up, do we have Kapil here?
You
Kapil,
need
can
to
you
put
hear me?
this up. Others, I think you better put it up. We are going tomorrow to Bombay, no?
Can we, Tech Master, can please take care of that situation? Yeah. Do we have Kapil here?
Yeah,
Yeah. Hi, Kapil. Kindly introduce yourself and let us know how did you get to know about our club.
yeah. I live in Delhi. I live in West Delhi. I work for a software company. And how I came to know about Toastmaster, I came to know about it like a few years ago. I don't remember. I think it was in 2018. One of my friend from US, he's part of Toastmaster in Los Angeles. And when I was there, he told me about this because I wanted to know how come his communication was so good. So then he touched upon, he mentioned Toastmaster. He said he had been part of the group for some time, and Toastmaster has really helped him polish his communication and also the leadership skills. And since then, I have been wanting to be part of it, and now finally I took the courage, because I was a little hesitant. I had so many thoughts in my mind. How would I be able to present myself? Will I be able to fit into the group or not? So many questions. Then I took the courage and I attended the last meeting, which went really good. Encouraged me to join another meeting, and here I am.
Thank you, Kapil, for coming to our meeting. Uh, and next up, I would call up my namesake, Karthik. Karthik, are you there? Guest Karthik. All right, I am not able to hear from Karthik. Is guest Lovepreet there? Guys, I am not going to interview anyone. This is a fun meeting. Stay relaxed. I may be dressed up, but I'm not going to take anyone's interview. Please speak if you have to. All right. Do we have Abhishek here?
Yes, sir. Sir, am I
Yes, Abhishek.
audible?
Yeah, please go. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, I heard about Toastmaster from my friend. So basically, he's from Pune, and he's working in SAP company. So where he make a group of Toastmaster, and so he advised me to join a Toastmaster to improve your communication skill and also improve your knowledge also. So that's all.
Thank you. Thank you, guest Abhishek, for that introduction. Do we have Shivangi Goel? Shivangi, can you hear me? All right. We'll wait no more than at this point. Without further ado, let's get the meeting rolling with our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Yash Tek Chandani, with his theme, We Will Always Love You, the 400th Rendezvous. We will always love you, the 400th Rendezvous. Toastmaster Yash Tek Chandani.
Hello, Thomas. How are you today?
Yes, you can go.
Good evening, everyone. 2 years ago, when I first walked in through the doors of the prestigious Central Delhi Toastmasters Club, I had never imagined that my life, just like all of you, would change forever. From being an active, enthusiastic member and being a part of the extended EP in my initial few months, the enriching experience I gained from serving the club as a vice president membership in the term July 2019 to December 2019, and to today, standing here in front of you as the Toastmaster of the Day for a milestone 400th meeting. Central Delhi Toastmasters has reshaped my life as a speaker, a leader, a communicator, and as an individual. This journey of my transition, similar to that of a butterfly, has had its ups and downs, but it has taught me the power of real growth and endless learning. I'm truly grateful and honored to be part of one of the most prestigious Toastmasters clubs in India and all across the world. And I hope it has done the same for you. On this note, I, Toastmaster Yash Chandani, welcome all of you to We Will Always Love You, the tale of the 400 Rendezvous. Before I go further, I would like to ask the members of our club how do they feel about our club achieving this huge milestone. Anyone from the audience would like to come up and share the experience and tell how do they feel on this very auspicious day? Anyone here? I guess we have some of very former senior members. Toastmaster Ajay, Toastmaster Dupree would like to share your experience with us.
Toastmaster Ajay Malik. I think there was some problem with Yash's mic. Toastmaster Ajay Malik, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm there, but
Yes.
sorry, I couldn't understand what he said because it seems there's some audio problem at Yash's end because
Yeah.
I
Am
can
I
hear the
audible
I
now?
think he's just trying to talk about the
okay.
experience of the Toastmasters of this club.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
you see, I think generally speaking, if you are at a place which is considered to be the best in that category, you would obviously feel very happy about it. You will obviously feel, very happy to be there. So CDTM is just like that. If you want to get associated with Toastmasters, if you want to be a part of the community, and you happen to be at CDTM and a member of CDTM, then you have probably achieved the best already, being a member. CDTM as a club gives so many opportunities, ample opportunities to each and every member, right from the day you step in as a guest till the time you eventually end up holding a leadership position, either any position in the EC, and even your journey beyond. CDTM is there all the time. The members, the district officers, everybody else. The environment is so conducive to growth that I feel that if people say it's not only me, a lot of people believe that it is one of the best clubs in the world. So there is obviously some substance behind that. It is not just hearsay. It is a fact. So we are all happy to be part of CDTM. I enjoyed my journey. Unfortunately, I find it very difficult to continue it further. But I'm sure all the young people in this club, they must stick to the club forever. Just like Deepak, we have such a big, inspiration right in front of us, amidst us, and we should all look up to him and continue our journey just the way he is doing it, passionately with each and every meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajay. Am I audible now?
There is some disturbance still, but that's fine. Yeah, thank you.
I'm so sorry for that. I guess there are some net issues here. Um, Anyone else who like to go and share their experience? Toastmaster Gurpreet. Anyone else?
We have Toastmaster Kashish volunteering.
Sure, Toastmaster Kashish, you can go. Thank you so much, Jeff. Actually, I have been part of the CDTM from past 6 to 7 months, and from that, I have not got the privilege to attend the 300th meeting. And now I have got the privilege to attend the 400th meeting, and it is so amazing to be a part of this meeting and be here as the FA of the club, be the EC member of the club. Thank you so much. Thank you, Toastmaster Kashish. Thank you, Toastmaster Kashish. So moving further, a writer, when he writes a novel, he uses a pen, an ink, and paper to write and pen his book. And similarly, a Toastmasters meeting has auxiliary role players. They are the pillars of our meeting. Our first auxiliary role player is the timer of a day. He is an extremely enthusiastic Toastmaster, our former Sergeant at Arms, and a very hardworking individual. Please welcome the timer of the day, Toastmaster Nipun Ahuja. Over to you, Toastmaster Nipun.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I am Nipun Ahuja and I am playing a role of timer in today's meeting. There will be total 9 sessions today, and some two of the important sessions, like session 4, situation extraordinary, where every participant will get 1 to 2 minutes, and I will show the green card after 1 minute, yellow card after 1.5 minutes, and red card after 2 minutes. Another session, session 7, picture paparazzi session. Again, participant will get 1 to 2 minutes. I will show green card after 1 minute, yellow card after 1.5 minutes, and red card after 2 minutes. And other important session like prepared speeches, where speaker will get 5 to 7 minutes. I will show green card after 5 minutes. After 6 minutes, I will show yellow card, and after 7 minutes, I will show red card. Remaining all sessions will be shown cards as per the meeting agenda. Now let me also display the cards so that every participant will have an idea that how cards will look like during the sessions. Okay, let me show the cards. Just a minute. This will be green card. Um, this is yellow card, and this is red card. And I will submit my report when I will be at the end of the meeting. This is all from my side. Back to the Toastmaster day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nipun. Our second auxiliary role player for the day is our counter. She is a former Vice President Education, which helped her in shaping her leadership style, the winner at area level evaluation contest, and she will represent our club at the district level evaluation contest and is also a triple crown winner. Please welcome the outcome of the day, Toastmaster Shivali Chauhan. Over to you, Toastmaster Shivali.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yash, for introducing me. This special meeting reminds me a quote by Franklin Roosevelt, which says that happiness lies in the joy of achievement and the thrill of creative effort. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As an hour counter, I'll be noting down to fill a word like so, well, fill a sound like um, a, repetitive words, phrases, and long pauses. I will be giving my report during the evaluation segment. I wish every speaker all the very best. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Well, the pandemic has forced us to rely a lot on digital medium, I think. Yes, can you hear me
Thank
clearly
you so
now?
much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivali. Our last auxiliary role player for the day is a language evaluator. And as a language evaluator, she's a very enthusiastic learner who is currently working with Zomato and has worked as an English communication trainer for kids for 6 months using the communication skills and confidence she learned from Toastmasters. Please welcome our language evaluator, Toastmaster Janvi Kapoor. Over to you, Toastmaster Janvi.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Let's celebrate something today. Of course, the success of completing 400 meetings, but also the success of Central Delhi Toastmasters in helping the members enlarge their vocabulary by completing and making us learn 399 new words. On that note, before proceeding with the description of my role as the language evaluator, I would like to introduce you to the 400th word so that we not just commemorate the success of 400 meetings, but also the success of learning 400 words. So today's word is esoteric, and it means something that is hard to understand and known only to few. So before I give you the usage of this word in an example sentence, I'll help you with the mnemonic of the same that will help you retain the word for long. I'm sure you might have heard about estrogen, which is basically a female hormone. And we all know that women or females are hard to understand and known only to few. So esoteric means something that is hard to understand and known only to few. I hope you'll be able to retain the meaning of this word. Now, if I brief you about my role, so my role as a language evaluator is to keep note of good usage of English, and also provide suggestions or recommendations for any bad usage if I get an opportunity for the same. Also, please note that the mode of communication for a Toastmasters meeting is English. So if any speaker uses another language, I request them to please translate it into English for the betterment of all the members. Additionally, I encourage you to use the word of the day as often as possible in today's meeting, and let the word of the day not be esoteric. I mean, not hard to understand and known only to few in today's meeting. I'll submit my report in the evaluation segment. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Janvi. So, are you all ready to be the part of our 400th chapter? Are you all ready? Can you please just unmute yourself and say a big yes and show the excitement for it?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, and let's begin. Our first speaker of the day, who is also our keynote speaker, is a trailblazing legendary icon who is an inspiration, a motivation, and an idol for each and every Toastmaster all across the world. He is the pride of Central Delhi Toastmasters Club and our country. On this note, please welcome to the stage our immediate international past president, CDTM Deepak Menon. Over to you, sir.
On this wonderful occasion of the 400th meeting of Central Delhi Toastmasters, I'd like to congratulate you, compliment you, and want you to celebrate this wonderful occasion with me. And at the same time, I would like to urge you to never say no to a yes, or never say yes to a no. Now that seems to be rather esoteric, right? But let me elucidate. How can you never say yes to a no? And what does it really mean? I take you back to 2013, January of 2013. This was a meeting of the Toastmasters Club of New Delhi. Members were gathered there and there was hectic parleying going on because one of the members, me, wanted that the club should split because we'd grown so much in the Toastmasters Club of New Delhi that it was impossible for us to be able to meet the needs of our members. But at the same time, the rest of the members were not too keen on splitting. After all, the Toastmasters Club of New Delhi, chartered in 2000, was the oldest club of the city and in fact was the mother club of the district. And so there was this association with this oldest club that all the members wanted. And nobody wanted to be parted from that club, from that stamp of being members of the Toastmasters Club of New Delhi. But I kept insisting. I did not take no for an answer. I did not say yes to the no that I kept hearing. And sure enough, in June of 2013, I heard a yes. I heard a yes because I kept persisting. And because of that perseverance that our president today spoke about, finally, the Toastmasters Club of New Delhi, in a meeting of its members, agreed that there must be a split, that we must form a new club. And 20 members of that club, of the Toastmasters Club of New Delhi, would join the new club that would emerge from the Toastmasters Club of New Delhi. And on the 13th of June, 2013, the new club was formed. Do you know the name of that new club? Yes? Yes, of course, it was the Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. Imagine if I had said yes to that first no that I heard, would we have this club here? No, I don't think so. You would not have had Central Delhi Toastmasters. You would not have been members of Central Delhi Toastmasters. You would have been members, of course, of Toastmasters in some other club. scattered around, but not, as our past president Ajay Malik mentioned, the best club in the world. Do you all agree? Are you members of the best club in the world?
Yes.
Yes? And those of you who don't...
Yes, for sure.
Okay, great. I still heard some who did not say anything at all, right? I heard because I didn't see what they were saying. So clearly, they don't feel that we are part of the best club in the world. Perhaps they feel we are part of the second best club in the world. Jennifer disagrees because she feels she's the member of the best club in the world. Isn't that right? Yes, indeed. We are all members of the best club in the world. Our international president, Richard Peck, is also the member of the best club in the world. Do you agree, Richard? Indeed. Well, we all take pride in our own clubs because that is where we get our best experience. And that is the reason why we must make our club the best in the world, even if it isn't. And who's responsible to make that the best in the world? All of us. We're all equally responsible to make our club the best in the world. Everything that we do in the club ensures that we can become the best in the world. If we are prepared for the meeting roles that we've taken on, that we've accepted, never back off from those roles, ensure that we come and speak with the best that we possibly can on that day. We present the most supportive evaluations to our members. We can be the best, and we will be the best. And perhaps that's the reason we are the best. We never say no because we know that when we say yes, we get all the benefits possible. I want to take you back to another time. This was August of 2010. And I was visiting Vancouver. I was visiting my niece there. Some of you in the room have met my niece. Her name is Deepti, and she was present at the August 2019 convention in Denver. So Aditya, Jennifer, Richard, they all had the opportunity of meeting her. So in August 2010, I was visiting Deepti, who lives in Vancouver. Now, Deepti had recently moved to Vancouver along with her family, her husband Rajiv and her two daughters, Neha and Nikita, to Vancouver from Hong Kong. She had been living in Hong Kong and she'd been very successful as a teacher there, very bubbly, very chirpy, very enthusiastic, full of energy. But something happened to her when she moved to Vancouver. That move suddenly changed her and she went into some kind of a depression. And as a result, her confidence hit rock bottom and she developed a stutter. It was so terrible that she would refuse to talk to anybody at all. She would not venture out from her home. She refused to even speak to people on the phone. Well, that was the condition that I saw Deepti in when I visited Vancouver in August 2010. Now, I was in that city only for about 5 days. And in that time, when I noticed the condition Deepti was in, my heart really went out to her. And I wanted to do something for her in that short time I was going to be there. And one thing was very clear. Toastmasters could help her. And so I started talking to her about Toastmasters. I started talking to her about how she would feel excited and supported when she went to a Toastmasters meeting. And I wanted her to accompany me to a club meeting in downtown Vancouver. But of course, she knew that if she went to a Toastmasters meeting, what would she have to do? She'd have to speak. And that's one thing that she didn't want to do. She didn't want to speak in front of strangers. And of course, at the Toastmasters meeting, everybody would be a stranger to her. After not listening to all those no's, not saying yes to the no's that came from her, I kept trying to persuade and influence her. And finally, just the day before I had to leave Vancouver, she finally said yes. And we went to a Toastmasters meeting. She made me promise that she would not have to speak during the meeting at all. And I made that promise, knowing that it will be impossible for me to keep it. But that was the only way to get her to the meeting. So there we were in that club in Vancouver. Beautiful, very supportive people, very encouraging. And I was very happy to be there along with Deepti. So Deepti did seem to be nervous. Right off at the start of the meeting, just as Karthik did, the president asked the guests to introduce themselves. Deepti looked at me, but nevertheless, she took the courage, stood up, and said, "I'm Deepti, and I'm a guest." With those words, she sat down. She probably thought that was the end of it. She didn't have to speak again. Well, the meeting proceeded, went off well. Deepti seemed to be very interested in the going-ons in the club. And then when it came for time for table topics, Deepti was again asked to come and speak on table topics. Now Deepti was looking daggers drawn at me. That's the last thing she wanted to do. But nevertheless, I helped her gather the courage to move to the front of the room where she was given a topic, and she spoke. And she spoke with a stutter, but she spoke sense. She had good expressions, and she completed about 2 minutes and then came back and sat. I'm sure her heart was pounding, but she was very annoyed with me at that time. When the meeting ended and the president announced the results of the day, Deepti was the best table topic speaker. You should have seen the joy on Deepti's face. And she decided to become a member of Toastmasters in Vancouver. My friends, today she has lost the stutter. Those who have met her in Denver will acknowledge that she's now back to being that chirpy, bubbly, enthusiastic, energetic person that she was when she was in Hong Kong. And she credits Toastmasters for that. And I credit that to never saying yes to a no. My fellow Toastmasters, I urge you never to say yes to a no, to persevere, to get the best out of your Toastmasters experience. Never say yes to that time in your mind when you feel you don't want to come to the meeting of Central Delhi Toastmasters because you're gaining so much from it. So don't let your mind speak. Let your heart speak, because that's what is telling you, come to Toastmasters. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, sir. That was such an amazing speech. Like, wow. Thoroughly enjoyed and thoroughly amazing. Well, our second speaker for the day is delivering a very special speech. He is the first Indian representing India at World Championship of Public Speaking, and he finished on podium level. He is a consultant at Leadership Development and Strategic Consulting and has addressed people in more than 20 countries. It is our privilege and honor to have him here with us today. Please welcome Toastmaster Aditya Maheshwaran. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Yash, and thank you for the invite, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. Not too many clubs live to see the day they reach 400, so congratulations to all of you. It's a pleasure to be here alongside Deepak and the International President Richard Peck. To me, Toastmasters is a very interesting paradox. The reason it's a paradox is, on one hand, you find members like Deepak and Richard and some of you, Jennifer, who've who've achieved or become the best version of themselves through Toastmasters. They testify, they vouch for Toastmasters. I do that too. On the other hand, Toastmasters has a 40% attrition rate, meaning next year, if I visit your club, there are chances that half of you may not continue to be members. Now, this has been troubling me for a while. And I've been talking to people about it. To really get into the skin of people, I once again became a club officer in my club here in London, a sergeant at arms, a president, to really understand why people leave. And one of the key insights that I gathered off late recently in the pandemic was there is one characteristic that seems to differentiate members who've truly benefited from Toastmasters, who've become their best versions, who've become world champions, who've become leaders, or one of those thousands of unknown people in Toastmasters who've got a lot out of it, and the others who come and do a few speeches and leave. The difference seems to be that there are some people in the first category, or rather the people who leave, expect transformation to be done to them. They lean back and say, "Hey, Toastmasters, transform me. Hey, Toastmasters, I've joined, I'm a member, I'm regular. Where is the transformation?" And they're most often disillusioned because Toastmasters don't exist. It's you and I who exists in a Toastmasters club. There's nobody called Mr. Toastmasters present there whose duty, whose KPI is to transform you. Now, people in the other category, people who've found their voice and who've been around, stuck around for 10, 15, 20 years in Toastmasters. I've myself been around for 15 years in Toastmasters. They seem to approach Toastmasters slightly differently. They don't expect transformation to happen to them. They lean in and use Toastmasters as an axis, as a platform to transform themselves. Let me give you an example. I don't know whether you've read the book called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. But Malcolm Gladwell says something very interesting. He says, suppose there are two students, say, let's Indianize the example, say two students in their fifth grade, fifth standard, both equally good in cricket, but there is only one position available in their primary school cricket team. Now, the coach needs to make a choice. Both of them are equally good in cricket. So he randomly chooses student one for the primary school cricket team. Now, at that point in time of making the choice, both of these students were equally good in cricket, weren't they? Now, what if you evaluate their skill 2 years from now? Now, just by the fact that student one was selected into the primary school cricket team, now he had better access to a pitch, a coach, feedback, better pads, better ball, better bat, better gear, better competitors, better umpires, better audiences. So, just by the fact that he was put into better access 2 years after that point in time, he's now clearly 10% a better cricketer than the student two who just did not have access to all of these luxuries that the student one had. Now let's continue the story. Malcolm Gladwell says, let's continue. Now they both are in 10th grade. Now there's a choice of who's part of the higher secondary cricket team. Now there's not even a doubt now, isn't it? The student two is not even in contention because by this time, 5 years into the picture, student one is at least 50% better than the student two just because of everything he's received over the last 5 years. Now, the skill was the same when they started off, but access takes this person much higher. Now, Toastmasters is not a program that transforms you. It gives you that access, that platform, which very few other programs offer you. Meaning, when you join Toastmasters, you may be as skilled as your colleague or your peer at work. And 1 year from then, you may still not find too much of difference between you and your colleague. So you get disillusioned and leave. But 2 years from now, you would find that you're 5% better in the way you show up at work, in the way you address your team, in the way you are able to sit back and listen, in the way you are able to take failure. But it's just getting warmed up. Stay in for 5 more years. You would find suddenly that people telling you you're 20% better than the average 30-year-old software engineer out there. And you have the leadership material. And you wonder, Was I born with it? Probably yes. No, it's the access that you receive with better feedback at Toastmasters, with those nasty, sometimes not too good here, not so good in the year mentoring that you receive. It's that tough evaluation who said repeat your speech. All that adds up, and finally you're 15% better. I've experienced that in my own life. Because of Toastmasters. I joined as a 19-year-old, and soon I was no better than anybody else at college or at work. But by the time I was 25, I could see that I could handle situations better. I could handle failures better. By the time I was 30, I started getting opportunities to speak in different countries, different keynotes, just because of the access that Toastmasters gave me in my 20s. So that's what I want to offer you today. If you lean back and expect Toastmasters to transform you, it's not Toastmasters' fault. You will get disillusioned fast. But if you lean in and use Toastmasters as an access, a platform, you will find soon enough there will be a clear differentiator between you and your peers and your colleagues at work. And that to me is the best way you can use Toastmasters. Everything is an access point, a grammarian, R counter, TMOD, district, everything is an access point if you see it that way. I wish you all the best, and I wish you the best success for your 400th meeting and 400 more to come. And I hope to see you soon live someday in the future. Over to you. Thank you.
Wow. Simply wow. Seriously, thank you so much, Toastmaster Aditya, for such inspiring, motivational, uplifting words. Really means a lot. And thank you for gracing our 400th meeting today. It's an honor to have you. Well, moving on to our final speaker for the day. Our final speaker for the day has completed 5 parts. He is a Triple Crown winner. He is the charter of 4 more Toastmasters Club and has served in different ECs of those clubs as well. But before Toastmaster Digan takes over the stage, I would like to call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Kashish Chawla, who is currently a currently district the area director of district D, of area D4, and she's working as assistant manager at Barclays and is an amazing poet. And in the past, she's been the former Division E evaluation contest winner. So please welcome Toastmaster Kashish Chawla as the evaluator for Toastmaster Digan to read out the speech objectives. Over to you, Toastmaster Kashish.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yash, for that amazing introduction. Also, many congratulations on the 400th meeting. I remember visiting Central Delhi on 300 meeting, which was offline and not online. And now I'm back at 400 meeting to evaluate a speaker online this time. So many congratulations. And I look forward to 500 even while I'm leaving the 400 meeting today. Coming to the evaluation objectives, Toastmaster Digant is going to give a speech from the path dynamic leadership, and he's giving a speech in level 5, which is a milestone in itself. The elective that he's chosen to give a speech on is leading in volunteer organization. Before giving this speech, Toastmaster Digant has already served as a leader in an organization, volunteer organization, for minimum 6 months. He's already taken feedback on the 360-degree evaluation form from his peers. And today he's going to give a well-organized speech to us, telling us about his experience as a leader when he served in a volunteer organization. Toastmaster Digant, all the best. Looking forward to the speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kashish, and I still remember your poem from the 300 meeting. So please welcome Toastmaster Digant with his speech, Being a Club Officer, Being a Club Officer, Toastmaster Digant. Over to you, Toastmaster Digant.
Thanks, Mr. Toastmaster. Now, just give me a raise of hand if you have ever been a club officer in Toastmasters, in any club. Just give me a raise of hand. Come on. Now, just in one word, explain how was your experience as a club officer. Just raise your hands and I will ask you to unmute and you can share. Okay. I think Toastmaster Gursifer can share in one word how was her experience. Anyone else? Well, today I'm going to share with you all how was my experience of being a club officer. Now, leadership is actually an esoteric area which is only liked by those who actually believe in taking a step forward towards a self-refinement. As goes the saying in spirituality also, this is spirituality and even surviving in this world is the task that can only be done by brave hearts. So is the leadership. So I am going to share with you three specific aspects that I learned. As I joined my first club as club officer, I was having the position of vice president membership as well as treasurer. So in that situation, we kept our communication lines completely open. Being all-time accessible to the members is a key to leadership that I felt when renewal period came. Now in renewal period, in first tenure as treasurer, I was also handling the accounts. I was given the money for renewals and I ensured that within one day I should be making the payment to Toastmasters International as well as I should be responding to the person who has renewed that your amount is paid as well as informing the EC also to ensure my accountability towards the executive committee. And this was even happening even if a person has sent in amount at 2 a.m. in night also. In second term as treasurer, in renewals period, I took a step further to ensure that I should be keeping all the communication lines open. And when I receive money, within 1 hour, the payment should be made and the person as well as the executive committee both should be completely posted about that. So I ensured that I should be keeping this communication line open and this strengthened the trust of members in the executive committee as they are able to see how the things are going on, they are able to see the results of their task and they are most importantly able to see that the executive committee is always there for their help, is always there in their best interest. This is strong trust enabled them to participate more. Now, I am coming to the second one aspect of courage. So, in one of the clubs where I was VP membership only, it happened that contest season arrived. Just like this, we had also international speech contest in that club as well as table topic contest. But there was a big hurdle. No chief judge was available. And even if the person gave his consent for being chief judge, the person backed out. I took a step forward as being myself being a trained chief judge. I took a step that I will ensure that rules are adhered. I will become chief judge as rules allow me. And I will ensure that everything happens professionally. And everything that happened was ensured properly. And one thing I must tell you about that contest. Just before lockdown, that was the last physical contest that I organized, that I ever attended. And everything that happened in that contest, everything happened as per rules. There was no compromise at all. Just because of the fact that I took up the responsibility that we are the executive committee members. We are the club officers for our club, even if it takes to take a step further and go beyond our boundaries, we are ready to do. Third aspect was the recycling portion. As you might have noticed, in Toastmasters, we have a voluntary organization. So there is a constant recycling happening. Leaders become members, and members become leaders again. To ensure this smooth transition, we needed to create strong leaders who had knowledge about the things. So I ensured that by motivating them and by sharing my own experiences with them, whether in pathways or whether in general leadership format, I should keep them motivated and well informed about the tasks that have to happen. They should be well aware of it. So now coming up forward after all these things, I must share with you that I learned these three things and still work is in progress. But now it's all up to you also. Next time, whenever elections are being called, just raise your hand, volunteer yourself, and become a club officer. That's the best thing that could ever happen to you. With this, I end my words. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Digant, for such an amazing speech. Thank you. Do you guys want to have some fun now? Like, I think it's time to have some fun. So if you want to have some fun, just raise your hands or just, unmute yourself and just say a big yes. Like, do you really guys want to have some fun now?
A big yes.
Big yes. Why not?
Yes, yes, big yes.
Well, that's amazing. It's amazing. So it's time for the first segment of the day. And we have our two shining Toastmasters. She is an enthusiastic, hardworking Toastmaster who joined the club last year. And in a very short span of time, she won everyone's heart. And she's currently serving as our Vice President Public Relations and is preparing for admission in MBA schools. Along with her, we have an ambitious and a hardworking Toastmaster who believes in endless learning and growth, and he has bagged his placement with ICICI Bank and is currently serving as our Vice President Education. Please welcome Toastmaster Akriti and Toastmaster Akshat with their segment Situation Extraordinaire. Over to you, Toastmaster Akriti and Toastmaster Akshat.
Thank you.
Akriti, you are on mute.
Akriti,
Okay,
you're on
okay.
mute.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm so sorry for that. A very good evening to our respected dignitaries, fellow members, and our fantastic guests. I am Akriti Jain, as already mentioned, currently serving as the Vice President of Public Relations.
And I am Akshat Goel, currently serving as the Vice President of Education.
And we are here today to take you through a roller coaster of an enthusing segment that both of us like to call Situation
Extraordinary.
Extraordinaire. Now, without any further ado, I will ask my co host, Toastmaster Akshat, to dive deep into the rules and the details of the segment.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akriti. So, Toastmasters, allow me to take you through the rules of this segment. Well, not rules. There is only one rule in this segment, that you are allowed to speak only one line at a time. I repeat, only one line at a time. So this is how we will proceed. We will call 2 or 3 volunteers to the stage, and then we will give them a situation, and then the members will have to develop a conversation for 1 to 2 minutes, And remember, you have to speak only one line at a time. For example, hello Akriti, how are you?
Hello, I am great.
I heard that you are planning a Goa trip with your friends.
Yes, you are indeed right. Okay, but the only difference being that your conversations are going to be much more interesting than ours was, because the situation that we will put you in are extraordinary.
Okay, so can we please have some volunteers? I can see guest Sachin. All right, I need one more. Only two. Uh, guest Sachin and Bhumi. Okay. So can I request you to please switch on your video? Bhumi, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Please turn on your video.
I'm afraid there's a bit of a situation.
Okay, situation extraordinaire. Okay, no worries.
Uh-huh.
Okay, okay. So the situation for both of you guys is that you forgot your friend's birthday. Okay, let us Bhumi be that friend who forgot Sachin's birthday, and you meet him after the next day on after his birthday, and he's upset with you that you forgot his birthday. So you can have a conversation now. Your time starts now. Remember, you are allowed to speak only one line at a time.
Man, I forgot.
What? What did you forgot?
You know what I forgot.
I think I don't.
Well, fine. You don't have to punish me.
Yeah, this is my way.
Well, belated happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much. So where you have been? No see long time.
Well, you never called.
Yeah, I did, but I was not able to get in touch.
Yes, I missed.
Anyways, are you free now?
What do you want to do?
I would like to throw a birthday party.
Awesome, let's party.
Okay, so which hotel or restaurant you would like to go?
Wow, what do you have in mind?
It's up to you.
It's your birthday.
No, it's already gone. Anyways,
Okay.
I know a nearby restaurant which is famous for South Indian dishes. What do you think?
That works.
Okay, so at what time you will be free? What about now?
Now it's good.
Okay,
Let's
so
go.
let's go. Definitely.
All right.
And how was your day?
My day has been extraordinaire, if you will.
Okay, please share.
Yes.
please share?
Yes. Coincidentally, I just finished reading Outliers, and here I am listening to a rather renowned Toastmaster. Yeah.
Yes.
So what a coincidence. Yeah.
Interesting. So with party, I can have an idea about that book. I have heard a lot of time.
Absolutely. We can have an intellectual discussion around some of his ideas as to how he views success and successful people. Yes.
Okay, then. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Okay, okay. So now do we have any other volunteers? Come on, we don't want to choose.
We
Throw your
have
hands up in the air. We are in the party vibe now. Okay, we have Kashish, and to
we will
accompany
need
him,
two people and both of them should be males.
yeah, preferably males. So
Preferably
any other person who is willing to come up.
we have Kashish and Yash.
Okay, Yash. So we have Kashish and Yash. This is indeed going to be interesting. Listen to me very, very carefully. Okay. So the situation is that you are supposed to have a conversation between yourself as a couple. Okay, Yash, you are supposed to be the girlfriend, and you are supposed to be the boyfriend, Kashish, and you guys are about to break up because the girlfriend is upset. Okay, now create a reason between yourself and have a conversation. Kashish, you as a boyfriend do not have to back up. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, begin.
Hi Yash, how are you?
Yash,
Yes, you
you're
are.
on
Sorry,
mute.
sorry, yeah, sorry. Yep. It doesn't concern you. How am I? Please
No,
don't
it
ask such stupid
concerns.
questions.
No, it's not the matter. I really concern you.
Doesn't seem so. It's the opposite you behave.
No, you are an important part of my life and you really matter.
Okay. I don't trust your words. How can I trust your words? Your actions do the opposite and your words say something else.
No, sometimes I get busy, but my love for you is immense. So believe on me.
It's difficult for me. Once I lose
Okay,
trust, I
so
cannot regain my trust.
okay, so what do you want from me? How can I regain my trust to you?
Well, first, you um, need to improve on certain areas because that piss me off, or else I don't want to be in this relationship with you. I don't care if you send me those 1,000 roses, I'm gonna tear them off and send it back to a place. I don't want those roses and those bullshitty cards. I just want your time and attention, nothing else. If you don't have it, then please, you're on your own way, I'm on my own way.
We will just be relaxed. I am there for you and I will be there for you. It sometimes I get busy, but I am always there for you. Remind it.
Let's see and let's hope.
Yeah, I will show you this all by my actions. I know the words are very easy to say, but the actions are tough, and you will see my actions.
Absolutely. Let's see.
Please
Or
trust
be
me.
prepared for the
Give me a
worst.
chance. No, please give me a chance. Okay,
Over
thank
to
you
you
so
guys.
much.
Thank
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Kashi and Yash.
Well, what I can say here is that Kashish, you stop texting that random girl on Instagram and the girl will be happy.
And I do agree with Karanvi that I'm feeling sorry for Kashish too. Okay, can we have next volunteers? We will need three. We have already two volunteers, Gusifat and Shipra. We will need one more volunteer. Okay, we have Ayush. Okay, so we have Gusifal, Shipra, and Ayush. Okay, this is the last situation for this segment. So listen carefully. The situation for you is that you have been caught by the police and you have to fool around and get away from them. Okay, so let Ayush be the one, Ayush be the policeman, and Gursivat and Shipra be the ones who have been caught. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, what you both girls are doing here?
We were just passing by.
What? What you just said?
We were just passing by. Nothing else.
You can't pass by through this road. Do you know it?
So, why can't we?
Haven't you seen the board?
Yeah, it is written don't drink and drive.
No, not that board. The board ahead of it.
What's it?
It's been written that no one can drive on this road after 10 o'clock. Don't you know that?
But
it's not written in big letters. I mean, there's just like the small board. How do you expect us to see in the small board when there's no light also? I mean, it's so dim out here.
What? Do you expect us to put a board of size of Burj Khalifa for you?
Exactly. Can't you see
Exactly?
I have specs? I have specs, I can't see.
And even after having specs, you can't see. That's your problem, not mine. What are you talking about?
You should write in bold letters, is what I am trying
Listen, I'm a police officer, not a painter. I won't be writing messages. It's my duty to check that no one should pass this road after 10. And I'm asking you, why are you passing this road after 10? Just give me the answer. Haven't
The
you read
sign
that
was
board?
not visible, sir. What can we do? The sign was not visible. Had it been visible, we would not have been walking here. And
Listen,
we're doing nothing. We're just
first,
walking.
first,
Why are
first
you
of all,
shouting at
first
us?
of all,
You
you're
can
not
speak
walking. You have a
politely
car and
also,
you are
na?
driving.
Pardon?
You are not walking. You have a car. You are driving.
Sir, we are walking.
Are you
What are you
drunk? Are you
talking
drunk?
about?
You seem to be drunk. You don't even have sense of that you have a car. I think you have been
Oh
drunk.
my God! Have you lost?
No, it's you who have lost it, not me.
Yeah, not
I
at
think it's time to take you to the bar, take you to the jail. I'm sorry, you are already drunk that I can't take you to the bar, but it's time to see you behind the bar.
Mr.
Thank you.
Businessman, I think you are drunk.
Sorry, but I think it's fine, right? It's been 2 minutes.
Yes, absolutely. You guys can end now. Can we all unmute ourselves and give them a huge round of applause? And also, let's collectively hope that we don't get a policeman who is as tough as Ayush Raj Kaushik. I hope we collectively would agree to that. All right. So Toastmasters and end. I think Toastmasters and guests. I think that brings us to an end towards this session. And in the end, I would like to just say that situations in life are as extraordinary as they were today. What helps us sail through is spontaneity and they're having a positive approach. Best wishes to all of you, and back to Toastmaster of the day. Yes.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akriti and Toastmaster Akshay. Well, I'll be one difficult girlfriend to handle. But anyway, a milestone celebratory meeting is incomplete without raising a toast and reminiscing all the good and bad moments we have spent here as a family. To raise a toast and commemorate this achievement, we have amongst us a Toastmaster whose journey is iconic and timeless. Time after time, she has emerged as one of the leading women in the Toastmaster fraternity and has shown us how real growth can do wonders. On this note, please welcome everyone's favorite, our immediate past district director, DTM Jennifer Ghosh. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so very much for that lovely, sweet, adorable introduction. Let's give it for, I always mix up your name. It's Yash, is it? Vash?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's give it up for Vash. All right, good evening, fellow Toastmasters, leaders, and members of Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful, special opportunity to be here among you on your 400 meet. My God, this is totally amazing. The journey must have been so exciting for every member and leader of Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. Now, this opportunity truly reminds me of my very first toast. So, can anyone guess when I did my first toast in life? It was sometime way back in about 2009-10. Yes. Let's hear it from you guys. When did I raise my first toast? Nobody? No? This is sad. Deepak?
At our district conference?
No. I raised my first toast way back in 2009-10 when I gave my speech from the manual Special Occasion, Mastering the Toast. Believe me, that was the first time I ever raised a toast. And let me tell you, it was extremely enthralling and, of course, successful. So for me, this brings back so much of memories of raising a toast for you guys. And here I am today, and it is a complete honor and privilege to be raising the toast on this very, very special occasion. Now, before we raise our glasses to salute the spirit of this club and its members, its leaders, I would like to take you with me on a walk down memory lane. Some tidbits which I have been able to gather from awesome members of Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. In fact, it was our immediate past international president, Deepak, who told me that when I asked him that, I'm going to raise a toast for you. So what do you have to tell me about Central Delhi? And he says that, oh my, you're taking me back in memory. And I can only say that the origin club really had stiff resistance from members of the Toastmasters Club of New Delhi. Why? They did not want to split. Like Deepak said it earlier, they were just putting on a big fight and they just did not want to split. But it was told that a boisterous business meeting which took place in April of 2013 finally allowed the club to vote for a split. On that, I think that deserves a applause, don't you think so? Come on guys, unmute and let's applause for that. It is because of this split that today Central Delhi Toastmasters Club is one of the most successful clubs of District 41. And it was none other than Deepak who also paved the way, as he said, by being the first volunteer to transfer to the new club. Now when Deepak leads, there has to be followers. He's like the Pied Piper. And there were 20 other enthusiastic members, which included past District Governor Punita Singh, DTM, and Riti Wadhwa, who also served the club as its charter president. I think these two do deserve an applause, don't you think so? Well, among other things, Central Delhi Toastmasters Club was eventually chartered in 2013, and maybe 2 years or so later down the line, in 2015 I think, the family became even stronger, larger and sharper and gave birth to 2 additional or maybe more clubs. So here is a club who has ensured that every year thereafter, they have achieved President's Distinguished Club status. I mean, kudos to all members of Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. And I would also say kudos to the Toastmasters Club of Delhi, because it was your mother club. And you have emerged through that club. So the recognitions, they were coming just from left, right, center. You were just getting all the awards and you were determined that you are going to take Central Delhi Toastmasters Club to another level. You have grown by leaps and bounds, and every EC who comes in has risen the bar to a different level. And yet, the next EC has taken it to another level. So you can just imagine what magic Central Delhi is creating for its members and leaders. You have also produced, I think, several division and district level speech champions over the years, which is a remarkable feat, I must say. Congratulations on that. As you know, the home club of our immediate past international president, Deepak Menon, he is so proud of this club. And I was so honored to be on that stage in Denver receiving the certificate for you all. So it was a really fantastic moment of emotion, of love, and of feelings that we as a community have for each other. When I was holding that, I felt that I was a part of your club. This is what Toastmasters does for all of us. We don't limit ourselves to just saying we are members of Kolkata Toastmasters Club or Delhi Toastmasters Club. We are like members of all the clubs in District 41. We are truly blessed to have some wonderful dignitaries over here. I do not know whether Daniel has come in today. I was expecting Daniel Rex, our CEO of Toastmasters International. But I am so happy to see Richard here. And of course, we have had these dignitaries like Daniel Rex, Pat Johnson, who is the past international president, visiting this club in particular at some point in time in the past. Now, as a club, Central Delhi Toastmasters believes in celebrating every small milestone that they have achieved. And let me tell you, it's a proud moment, and I'm sure our district director Nimish Joseph, DTM, would be very proud to know that y'all have already achieved 10 DCP goals. Let's hear it for y'all. So together, I would just ask you to raise your glass. I hope you all have your glasses in front of you, because I had told Karan that everyone should have a glass, a mug, a wine glass, and I'm actually having wine. So please don't feel very jealous of me. On this note, let me be the proud person or the proud member of District 41 who raises the toast for Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. To the spirit of members and leaders of this club, may you keep growing. And as Aditya said, why 400? Don't limit yourself. From 400, go to 800 and then beyond. All the best and cheers to Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. Let's drink on
Cheers.
that.
Cheers.
Thank you so very much, and I'll hand it back to our T-Mod of the evening, Kash.
Thank you so much, DTM Jennifer Ghosh. You have added life to our meeting, and it's truly an honor to have you here. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much once again. Moving on. चलता रहूं पथ पर, चलने में माहिर बन जाऊंगा, या तो मंजिल मिल जाएगी या अच्छा मुसाफिर बन जाऊंगा. Every Toastmaster has their own journey of becoming the best version of a leader, a communicator, and a speaker. One thing this journey has taught all of us is the power of never giving up. And to mesmerize us with his poetic magic once again, or our 400th meeting, we have someone very special. He is a former division director, area director, vice president membership, and everyone's favorite president. Please welcome back to the stage of Central Delhi Toastmasters Club after 2 years, Toastmaster Gurpreet Babbar. Over to you, Toastmaster Gurpreet.
Thank you, Yash, for that warm introduction. Am I audible to you?
Yes, Gurpreet.
Okay. So what I am going to present is something that is an attempt to write what rhymes, and directly coming from my heart for the club that I believe is the best Toastmasters club ever. Indeed, it is Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. And so here it is for all of you, what I have written. So the title is like it's a toast in different style. It says Kendriya Delhi Toastmasters Club. दिसंबर 2015 की एक शाम थी when I first came to this club. अपने public speaking skills को improve करने की बात, दिल में इरादा लिए चल दिया मैं न्यू दिल्ली YMC के लिए, where our meeting happens. बेसमेंट में वो मीटिंग थी, the गेट नंबर 3 YMCA एजुकेशन सेंटर. राजीव चौक से पहुंचते पहुंचते मेरे पैरों पे जो बीती थी, द नियरेस्ट मेट्रो स्टेशन. इलेक्शन की वो रात थी, द टर्म वाज एंडिंग. दिस इज नॉट अ रेगुलर मीटिंग. ऐसी VP हेड ने कही मुझसे बात थी. यू डोंट एक्सपेक्ट लाइक नॉर्मल प्रिपेयर्ड सेक्शन से. इट इज अ इलेक्शन मीटिंग. यूं तो करे थे क्लब अटेंड कहीं, पर CDTM जैसे कहाँ किसी में बात थी. दिस इज समथिंग एवरीवन नोस. तो बस जुड़ गया टोस्ट मास्टर से गुरप्रीत, और समझ आई टोस्ट मास्टर्स की तालियों वाली the usual thing of clapping so often here in Toastmasters. This is something special for young people. Toastmasters ने पकड़ा यूं, ना कभी पकड़ा था अपनी बंदी ने यूं. I complained that back later to someone else. तो बस Toastmasters के अब हम हो गए मंगलवार, अब हनुमान जी से CDTM के हो गए. जो चला था 4 लोगों के सामने कॉन्फिडेंटली बोलने, वो दे रहा था 140 क्लब ऑफिसर्स को ट्रेनिंग सीना ठोक के. मांगा बहुत कम, बट दिया तुमने बहुत ज्यादा है, which is actually true. I've got what more than I even have thought about. चाहा बहुत कम, बट पाया बहुत ज्यादा है. इरादा तो यही है कि मेंबर रहे हम तुम्हारे सदा, चाहे रहे या ना रहे ये जहां. Something rhetorical, but yes, if it's being true. जा नहीं रहा, I've never been, पर दुआ में याद रखना. टोस्ट मास्टर गुरप्रीत, डिस्टिंग्विश टोस्ट मास्टर्स गुरप्रीत बने, ये देखने की मेरे साथ तुम भी आस रखना. CDTM क्लब जिसका नाम है सबके लिए, आज और कल रहेगा मेरा होम क्लब हमेशा के लिए. So thank you everyone. Something that came directly from my heart, and ode to CDTM. So, I think I'm audible.
Thank you, Toastmaster
Thank
Gurpreet.
you, Toastmaster.
Am I audible, everyone?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. Moving ahead to our second segment of the day. Well, it's being conducted by two of our brightest Toastmasters. She is a box full of ideas and creativity, who is not only a hard worker, but never gives up on whatever she does, and is my good friend. And I've seen her grow into this amazing speaker and leader. And she is our former vice president membership and our immediate past president. Along with her, we have our beloved tech wizard, who's made our online meetings successful and has served the club as the vice president public relations for 2 consecutive terms, and is currently the district webmaster and is soaring new heights every day in Toastmasters fraternity. Please welcome one of our best duos, Toastmaster Karanveer and Toastmaster Gursifat, with their segment Picture Paparazzi. Picture Paparazzi, Toastmaster Karanveer and Toastmaster Gursifat. Over to you guys.
Thank you so much, Yash.
Thank you so much, everyone. Very good evening to all the energetic leaders, Toastmasters, guests, and everyone joining here. A very good evening to all of you. Well, Gursafat, just have a look at everyone's face. What do you think? What everyone is feeling like today?
Hello, Karanveer. I think they are so excited and enthusiastic about the 400th meeting.
Excited? Wait, let me check. Well, Some of them seem so bored today.
Oh, well, I think everyone has their own way of looking at things, isn't it?
Yes, I think so. Everyone, of course, has their own way to look at things. Wait, I have an idea. Let me show you a picture and you tell me what you think about it. Is that
Sure,
okay?
go on. Shoot.
So here we go. Can you see a picture on my screen, Gurshapat?
Yes, I can see.
What do you
I
think about it?
I think that this person is tired of his life and wanted a long break. So with his headphones on, he goes on a track to heal himself. Because you know, Karanveer, music can heal everything.
Heal himself, Gurshapat? Oh my
Yes, and
god.
he is listening to his favorite song. That's the reason of his grin.
Gurshapat, you sound so serious. I think this guy is thinking about food. I think he's
Seriously?
thinking that he's on trek right now, so he must be feeling very hungry. He's thinking once I reach on the top, I'll be eating Maggie and some other delicious food, and I will be happy again. So reason for his smile is not healing or music. It's the food, dude. Okay,
Okay.
let me try another picture. What do you think is happening in this picture?
I think this girl is irritated from her life. Everything is falling apart. She is just messed up. But the special thing is that she has that one friend who is always there for her, who always supports her and makes her feel special in the little ways. What
Oh,
do you think?
Gurshaphat, you're thinking so cute again. I mean, just look at her. I think there is a huge fight going on here. I think
Seriously?
the girl went out to college, and while she was in college, this guy ate her chocolates that were kept in fridge. And now she has found it out. And this guy is trying to cool her down a little bit because she seems very angry with her. But wait, let me give this guy a little tip. And of course, all the boys in the club. If you want your girlfriend to cool herself down, so please give her a cheese burst pizza and see the white smile on her face.
Karanveer, how come you find food in every of our conversation?
Well, that's my hidden talent to find food in every conversation. But I'm sure everyone here in the audience has some sort of different talent and they can also find something in pictures. Don't you think so?
Yeah, sure. So let's now start our segment, Picture Paparisa. So, ladies and gentlemen, the rules of the segment are pretty straightforward.
Rule number one, we have put all of your names in a wheel, in a place called Wheel of Names. So we already have all of your names here, so you don't have to raise your hand now. I'm going to spin this wheel and one of the name will pop out.
A picture and a storyline will be displayed on your screen. You will have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Feel free to relate it with your life, make a story out of it, or just relate it to the food like Karanveer did. So let's get started. Karanveer, please spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
It's time to spin the wheel and here we go. So who's the first one?
It's
It's DTM Kaushik Bhattacharya. Kaushik da, can we have you on stage, please?
Yes. Hello.
Great, sir, great.
so for you. The topic is
The topic is
DTM
on your screen right now.
DTM Kaushik Bhattacharya. Prince Charming is all in your head. Prince Charming is all in your head. DTM Kaushik Bhattacharya. Over to you.
Sometimes in our life, we aspire for a lot of things. We think at that moment when we open the bottle of Coke that the fizz that is coming out is the best fizz that is coming out of it. And when that fizz comes out, is that energy that comes from within us when we are at a moment and we want to achieve something. And we take the excited first step. And sometimes when we take that zealous, excited first step towards our goal, our feet is burned by the heat on the burning pavement. And our excitement, our zeal, our enthusiasm, our energy fizzles out a bit. Just like the fizz, coming out from a bottle of a Coke. In our life, we have to decide at those moments what exactly we want to achieve. What exactly was the reason for which we started our journey? What exactly was the reason that made us decide, yes, I want to achieve that goal that I've set out for? People say the first step is sometimes the most difficult. I say no. The second step is sometimes and often the most crucial, because the first step is easy to be taken out of excitement. But the second one defines or determines whether we continue on our journey. When the fizz is out, when our mind is settled, our choices, our determination, and our reasoning of why we started becomes the definition of the Prince Charming in my mind or in my reason. That makes me wonder, that makes me think, should I take that second step forward, take one more attempt towards the goal, even if my feet is burning on the burning pavement? In our life, I've also started out on journeys that have made me wonder that I do not want to take it anymore. Sometimes when I felt like I'm going to give up, I'm going to give in, and I'm going to let it go. And at those crossroads of life, the definition of why I started was the reason that made me and everyone who has ever achieved some little milestones in their life remember why they set out for their Prince Charming. Our objectives, our reasons, and our Prince Charmings are in our mind and in our reasons. And we decide at every moment at all those crossroads whether we want to let the fizz of the Coke bottle fizzle out or enjoy the drink while we blast on it. Thank you.
Wow, it was quite motivational.
I assure everyone that I didn't tell Kaushik the topic beforehand. It was given to him right here, right now. An amazing speaker as he always is. Thank you so much, TTM Kaushik Bhattacharya. It's time for the next speaker. Shall we choose the next speaker, Gursafat?
Yes, let's spin the wheel.
Time to spin the wheel, and here we go. So this time, it's guest Chitrakshi. Can we have guest Chitrakshi on stage, please?
Karan, you'll have to move this wheel again once.
Okay, sure thing. Here we go. So we have Toastmaster Gajendra Khare. Gajendra sir, can we have you on stage, please?
Rajendra sir, are you there?
Let me check. Toastmaster Gajendra, are you there? All right, it's time to move the wheel again.
Yes.
So it's guest Shikha this time. Can we have Shikha on stage, please?
How about anyone tries to volunteer now? Yeah. Let's see. You've seen what the picture does.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anyone who wants to volunteer? Any guest? Anyone who's not spoken in the meeting today? Simran, would you want to volunteer?
Claret. Oh,
Claret,
yeah, Toastmaster Claret.
All right. Yeah. Claret then.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Let's just remove this hand. Yeah.
Gursafat, please share the title.
Sure. Toastmaster Claret. Never lie to your wife. Never lie to your wife, Toastmaster Claret.
Uh, yes, never lie to your wife because there are a lot of telltale signs which your wife can catch you with. Maybe some kind of telltale signs on your shirt or in terms of something which you've eaten. So if you say I was out working in my office, but you were at maybe at a ghazal party or with your colleagues, and the smell of food comes from your clothes, then your wife can at once get it because she's going to take it to the washing machine to wash your clothes, and she finds out that, oh, there was something special going on at this office. Never lie to your wife because your wife is very special. At the end of the day, she's your partner, and she goes through life with you through all your troubles, through your ups and downs, when you're sick, when you're with your children. So always never lie to your wife because she's at your partner for life, and she's always there at your beck and call to assist you, to give you the best of food, to get your tiffin ready for office. So your wife is the right wing. The bird has two wings, the left wing and the right wing. And it's always good for the wife to know where you are because she's always worried and concerned. If you go for a party or if you go for a function, she wants you to return safely. So that's why she asks where you are. So, all young gentlemen, when you get married, please inform your wife where you are, because ultimately it's out of concern that you don't meet with any accident or any untoward incident. She's very concerned for your health and happiness. Yeah, thank you. Over to the Toastmaster, Virsafat
It was
and Karanveer. Yes.
it was a lovely table topic by Toastmaster Claret. We
Thank
really
you. Thank
enjoyed
you.
it.
Thank you.
Can we now have our next volunteer, or shall we spin the wheel again? We
We
have
have
Anuj.
Anuj.
All right, Anuj. So here we go. So topic for Toastmaster Anuj is coming home during the pandemic. Coming home during the pandemic, Toastmaster Anuj. Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to be back to CDTM. So the topic is coming back during the pandemic, and it's a very relatable story. Actually, it came to home during the holy days, and I went back on 12th of March, and it was 15th of March when the government announced that the colleges are going to shut down for next 15 days. I was so reluctant to be back since I came back just 2 days ago from my home. I'm studying in Mumbai and I belong to Uttarakhand. So it's also a long distance to cover. So I was very reluctant to come back, but it was my brother who actually forced me. I don't know what was the reason that he forced me. He never forces me to come back at a very short notice, but he forced me to come back, and the situation was very normal. Only the gyms, spas and colleges were shut off, and no one ever expected that it will be such a big lockdown, and I was so reluctant to come back. And I think that turned out very nice, because I was left alone at my flat and all of my friends went back home. And that was the time that I think I took the my brother took the right decision, and I followed up. I respected his decision. I came back, and since then I think I've been very lucky to eat good food made by my parents at home. And it's been tough 1 year since I am at home and pursuing my post graduation right from the table and chair I'm currently talking with. And but it's been a wonderful experience, and I think this also brings a very important moral message for you: never disrespect and disobey your decision of the family members, in fact especially the elder ones. And that's all from my side, and congratulations CDTM for 400th meeting, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anuj, for sharing your wonderful experience. I'm sure almost all of us went through that experience when suddenly the lockdown was imposed and we had to sit inside our homes. It was sudden, it was inspiring, but it has been turned out to be a wonderful journey after it's about to end now. It is coming towards an end now, I must say. Now
Yes,
it's the time for the last speaker of the evening. May I request Toastmaster Gursifat to choose one?
we have Toastmaster Gajendra sir raising his hand. So let's have Toastmaster Gajendra.
Toastmaster Gajendra, the topic for you today is sunsets are the proof that endings can be beautiful too. Sunsets are the proof that endings can be beautiful too. Toastmaster Gajendra Khare, over to you.
Pardon, sunset? I have not heard properly.
Sunsets are the proof that endings can be beautiful too.
Okay.
Over to you.
See, ending is not depending upon the sunset, because even if sunset is coming without any hard work and achievement, it can't be more beautiful and the beautiful ending. The beautiful ending comes only when you have worked hard, you have realized your vision, you have done whatever you have planned since beginning, and you have achieved the day. And when you come back home, and when you sit back on your couch and have a cup of tea or coffee, and then think what you done today. Have you ever made a change in someone's life? Have you done something which is really changing, bringing the change into someone's life? And then you will feel happiness, the happiness within yourself, and that is the achievement. And that day you will realize, and when you look at the sunset, it will look so beautiful. You would feel refreshing, and you will feel energized. Then you have make a contribution to this world, and you really mean it, because you are here not to earn something what you deserve for, but how many lives you can inspire for. And when it is a more fun, when you see, then you have achieved what you have planned. And sunset could be a happy ending, or the day which you feel that, and that you will really enjoy the sunset as I enjoy every day. Over to you, topic master.
That was awesome. Thank you for the great table topic, Toastmaster Gajendra Khare.
Thank you.
Thank you all the audience for participating. This was the last table topic for now. I'm sure when I showed you the pictures, all of you must have some ideas inside your mind. Remember when the table topic master used to call us on the stage and you were called for the first time, or even if you were sitting on the seat, you always had this idea in your mind. I will speak this if I get this topic. But when you go to that stage, it's always something else, isn't it? Do you remember your first time when you were called for table topics?
So today
I'm
at our
all
club,
you all do, isn't it? So today at our 400th meeting, Gurshafat,
at our 400th meeting, we would like to thank the club and its members for helping us improve our table topics over the time.
and not just that, for installing a wonderful skill between all of us that we are able to handle impromptu situations. All thanks to Toastmasters and all thanks to Central Delhi Toastmasters.
For
Thank you very
helping us
much.
express ourselves. Thank you so much. Back to Toastmaster of the day. Yes.
Wow, what a fun and amazing segment and such an innovative segment. Thank you so much, guys. It was again a splendid experience to have you guys again on stage again. So, moving on. He once said, to me, Toastmasters is about making a positive, life changing impact on individuals throughout the world. Through Toastmasters, we have the ability to change the world one member at a time. He is a former area governor, division governor, district governor, international director, and today he is currently serving as the international president. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our international president, DTM Richard Peck. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Am I audible? Isn't it strange to have to ask that still? A year later, am I audible? Congratulations on your 400th meeting. This is truly a tremendous accomplishment. And when I think about numbers such as that, look beyond what that is. A number is just a number, but it's what goes into the number that's important. Now, by show of hands, if I was going to ask you that you think you make a positive impact on the members of your club, raise your hand. Wow, those hands were really slow to go up. If I was to ask you, do you think you make a positive impact on your community? Raise your hand. Few less hands going up. Now, here's the hard one. If I was to ask you if you think you make a positive impact on the world, raise your hand. Yeah, a lot less hands go up when I ask that question. And there's a reason for it. It's our interpretation of the word world. Because when I ask you that, you're in your mind, you're going, there's 7.7 billion members in the world, 199 countries, 4,600 recognized religions. Yeah, no, there's no way I can make a change in the world. Ain't happening. Not at all. Yet, there was a statement made this morning. It was made by Kashish, the Sergeant at Arms, who mentioned this morning that when he joined, in his time here, he's gained self-confidence. Self-confidence. And he takes that from the club into the community and into his corporate life. And he brings that self-confidence with him with everyone he meets. By doing so, he's also taking that and helping others to develop those skills. See, your world started with one person and that person's ability to go beyond. When you think back over 400 meetings, think about all the things you've seen in the world, all the things that you've experienced, all the changes you've undergone. Yet at the heart and soul was each of yours desire to help others. And we talk about the two pillars of our organization being communication and leadership development. And that is first and foremost in our minds. But oftentimes we overlook what we're doing below the surface, that we're helping each other, that we're encouraging and mentoring others. I wouldn't be where I am today without Deepak Menon leading the charge and mentoring me along the lines. I remember when Deepak and I were directors together. He's an accountant. I need a calculator to do my checkbook. And I would sit down with him and he would take the time to lead me through finance and accounting. He took the time to encourage and help me. Think about those members who you have encouraged and helped along the lines. We just heard about table topics, and we saw how difficult it was to get table topics volunteers. Even from seasoned Toastmasters, table topics still scares us. Think about the guests that appeared in your club, or maybe it was you. What do we do to those guests? We take the most terrifying thing for Toastmasters and ask them to participate in it. And when we were meeting in person, they would get up to the lectern and they would grab a hold so tight that their knuckles would become white. And they'd start swaying back and forth. And the president of the club wasn't sure if they should run up there and save this person before they hit the ground or not. And maybe, if you're lucky, they get to 1 minute. And they sit down and their breathing becomes normal. The color comes back to their skin. And the first question in your mind is, did we traumatize this person to the point they're never coming back? Yet they do. Why? Because they felt that encouragement. They felt that sense of belonging. And they come back to the club and they start giving speeches and they start commanding the stage. And then they become the first individual from India to compete on the world championship stage of public speaking. Why? Because of what we do, because of how we encourage them. And if you don't think Aditya has changed the world with his speeches and his stories, all starting out being a member at a club, then we're not looking broad enough at who we are. Each and every one of you changes the world for somebody every day. I remember visiting District 41 only a year ago, spending time with Jennifer and others. And you changed my world because it allowed me to get to know you. It allowed me to learn more about you. It allowed me to learn that too much gulab jamun makes your waist go big. But what an impact we make. Think more about what we're doing beyond the number than just the number. As Deepak will tell you, as an accountant, you can make a number look like anything. But it's what's below the surface that's important. Keep up the great work. Keep celebrating your successes. Keep celebrating the successes of the individuals. And keep changing the world, as I know you can. I hope to be able to visit with you in person one day. Deepak speaks highly of your club all the time, and share in your meeting, and truly, truly get that opportunity to feel the change you make. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, DTM Richard, for your kind words. And we are truly honored and blessed to have you here with us today. Thank you so much, sir, once again. Our general evaluator for the day is a district level evaluation champion. He was 2 times runner up in the district level international speech contest and a district level contestant in table topic contests. He's been part of the district PR team and has served his club as a Golden Gavel winning President Distinguished Club. He has been the assistant area director 2 times and has been and the assistant growth director for District 41, and is currently the district public relations manager. Please welcome to the stage our general evaluator for the meeting, DTM Kaushik Bhattacharya. Over to you, Kaushik Da. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster, for the wonderful introduction. Before I present my evaluation report for the entirety of the session, we had a dedicated evaluators and dedicated role players who played their role throughout the meeting, ensuring that all of us come out of this particular evening a little towards finding a better version of ourselves. And to present the first evaluation report, I would request my area director, Toastmaster Kashish Chawla, to evaluate the target speech, being a club officer by Toastmaster Digant Smith. The virtual stage is all yours, Toastmaster Kashish.
Thank you so much, DTM Kaushik. They say you only get one chance to make the first impression. Well, I say Toastmaster Digant used that first chance amazingly well by asking all of us a very simple question. Have you been a club officer? Well, at that particular moment, I looked at the symbol of the raise of hand and raised my hand, so I was all glued to the speech. Wonderful beginning, kudos on that. Now, after you've made a wonderful beginning, what matters next is how you're drafting the body of the speech. And Toastmaster Digant quoted instances from his time when he was a leader to make sure that all of us could connect to the speech. For example, when he said he was the treasurer and he could submit the dues at the Toastmasters International within 1 hour. Eventually, that was an instance that I could relate to because I've been a club officer. That is an instance most of us can relate to because we know about the working of Toastmasters International. And with those instances that he shared, he also covered the objective of his speech very well, that he had to share the experience of being a club officer. Now, when I listened to a wonderful speech which had a very good beginning, good instances that I could look at, I wish that Toastmaster Digant at some moment in his speech would have at least smiled a little, you know. And I think that is my only recommendation for the speech today. Throughout the speech, I could see he was very serious. I think there were instances when he asked us to come forward. There were instances when he became the CJ. Well, if I had to be a CJ on the spot, I'd be excited and nervous both, and I would show that on my face. And I would suggest him, since he's a level 5 speaker, to next time look at himself in this mirror and ask him a question after this sentence: do I want my audience to actually smile? Well, if that is the answer, you smile. If you want your audience to feel sad, well, you have to feel sad. So that's the only thing I think I would recommend Toastmaster Degan to work on. Even though that was one recommendation, I think a big one, he still covered it slightly when he actually walked forward, when he was suggesting us to take a step forward. He was very poised and he was very nicely dressed up and all standing. So that presentation itself made it mark, and making the expression recommendation a little lower. Summing it all up, I think it was a wonderful speech with a good beginning, instances set right, also covering the objectives of the speech. He also was very poisely dressed. A little recommendation from my side would be to work on the expressions by looking at the mirror effect and looking at himself in the mirror. Finally, I would say that I've been a club officer thrice, and I never wanted to become a club officer again, certainly. But this time, if my election officer, my club's election officer, will call me and ask me, Kashish, would you want to be a club officer? I think I'll definitely consider it because this speech made a mark. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kashish, for the wonderful evaluation of the speech. I would now move on with the fellow members of my team. And I would like to request my first member from the team, my language evaluator, Toastmaster Janvi, to please present the language evaluation for the session.
Thank you so much to Toastmaster Kaushik for inviting me to present my evaluation. Well, I would like to begin with the good usages of the English language, and I noticed that we used a lot of poetic devices in today's meeting. To begin with, I would like to emphasize on the use of simile, such as transition as that of a butterfly. Then a Toastmaster used a metaphor just like the fish coming out. Also, we had the usage of an oxymoron wherein two opposite meaning words are clubbed together. So, kudos to the Toastmaster for using always never, which is an oxymoron. Some good phrases were rock bottom, tidbits, leaps and bounds. Some good words, vouch, enthusing, of late, conducive, perseverance, reminiscing, boisterous, and so on. Also, I realized that everybody's favorite word today was feet. It was used 3 to 4 times by different Toastmasters, focusing on the areas where I felt we could have improved was one of the Toastmasters mentioned, "What did you forgot?" It should have been, "What did you forget?" Then I noticed that one of the Toastmasters used like there was an error in the pronunciation. It is not poem, it should have been poem. It is not executive, it should have been executive. And unfortunately, the word of the day was used just twice. So we hope we would improve on learning different words every meeting. As a whole, there was great usage of words, and I'm short of words to express how many good usage of words I have jotted down. That's all from my side. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Janvi. I would request our R counter, Toastmaster Shivali, to please present the R counter's report for the evening.
Good evening, everyone, once again. To Mr. General Evaluator, today I have a very crisp report. Let me tell you. So today a filler word so was used more than 5 times and a filler sound was used more than 10 times. Other than that, I just enjoy listening to all the flawless speakers. So thank you so much everyone for making my work so easier. Over to you, external evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivali. And up next is our timer for the day, Toastmaster Nipun Ahuja.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I will submit my report session wise, not individual. The first session keynote speech took 11 minutes. Session 2, making most of your Toastmaster experience, took 7 minutes 33 seconds. Session 3, prepared speech, took 7 minutes 41 seconds. Session 4, situation extraordinary, took 14 minutes. Session 5, raising a toast, took 9 minutes 50 seconds. Session 6, virtuoso, took 3 minutes 56 seconds. Session 7, picture purpose, took 19 minutes. And session 8, sorpresa, took 7 minutes 57 seconds. And our speech evaluator took 3 minutes 13 seconds. This is all from my side. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nipun, for the crisp evaluation report on the timing. And now coming to the overall evaluation of the entire session. Firstly, I would like to congratulate all the members of Central Delhi Toastmasters Club number 3281416 from Area E1 Division E District 41 on reaching this fantastic milestone of 400 sessions. And a big shout out to all the charter members. I can see few of us were present here today, and including DTM Deepak Menon, among others, who started this journey, and they must be feeling so proud for all the members and their achievements. And a big shout out and a round of applause to all of you. Congratulations. Keep going from one strength to the other. Keep spreading the light of learning, leadership, and communication from person to person. I would like to also thank our keynote speakers today, International President, the distinguished Toastmaster Richard Peck, for the wonderful, encouraging, insightful thoughts and words of expression. Distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Menon, our immediate past International President. Our immediate past district, Smedley Distinguished District Director, Jennifer Helen Ghosh, DTM, and Aditya Maheshwaran for the wonderful keynotes as well. The session started with our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Kashish, opening with a wonderful introduction. He was energetic. He started off with a bang. There were a little glitches with the network, but it did not deter his spirit and motivation. And that is what I take away from his introductory remarks. Sergeant at Arms is the first person that comes to the meeting. The energy that the Sergeant at Arms brings to this session probably is what percolates through the session. And Toastmaster Kashish's energy today ensured that the session kept the track of energetic, insightful, and it was ensured that the session will go on track. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kashish, for doing that. Our President, Toastmaster Karthik, was also spot on. He took the baton and he carried it forward. The introduction of the guests, interaction with the guests, making them feel at home, even making all of us think on such a crucial topic like world peace. I was not expecting, but it was a pleasant surprise, I would say. And thank you so much, Toastmaster Karthik, for doing that. He was professional. He's decked up for the occasion. He has presented and carried himself like the president on the stage for a big show. And kudos for managing the entire team and ensuring that all the things fell in the right bucket and all the role players were in set with you and your team. The Toastmaster of the day today ensured that the session flow was maintained. We had a lot of different segments, a lot of different parts, and a lot of different elements that were scattered across the events. Keynotes, evaluations, speeches, table topics of different kinds, fun segments and fun sessions. It ensured that it was important that the entire thing was knit together like a string of pearls. And our Toastmaster of the day ensured that everything was knit together. One recommendation I would say, since we are using a virtual platform and it is very easy to lose the interest of people, We can start off by probably using a deck or a PowerPoint presentation or a short video that goes on through the speech, through the sessions, and each of these segments can be highlighted by, say, the next keynote is by DTM Richard Peck. So a slide can come up maybe with a little bit of a small picture of his name, designation, and then the Toastmaster of the day can announce and do go about the matter. So it's like those pearls are already there with the different segments. The thread can become a little stronger with the flowing PowerPoint presentation or a small video that comes in. Also, it gives us the opportunity to highlight the different achievements through different slides and short videos that the members and the club has achieved over the years, making all of us feel proud of our achievements and ensuring that our club's success reaches out and spreads word throughout the members of the district and across the world. Otherwise, it was a wonderful Toastmaster of the Day presentation, and he ensured that the energy was there, the interaction was there, all these speakers were introduced properly and flawlessly. Thank you so much for taking up the role and ensuring that everything was in sync and you were the engine that kept the show running and all the role players and all the event kept flowing because of your success. We had a wonderful table topics segment, which was different in its own. And it was called Situation Extraordinary. And our hosts were also picked in the picture paparazzi section. Our hosts, Toastmaster Gursifat and Toastmaster Karanveer, were fantastic with the different kinds of picture puzzles that they came up with. Each of those pictures that was brought before the audience for speaking brought out messages which were open-ended, which were specific and generic both. It makes me wonder whether these pictures were targeted from thoughts or messages that can be used in an international speech contest. And thank you so much for bringing forward to all of us on a weekday evening these thought-provoking topics which helped us take a fresh lease and get out of our ways. The table topics, the speakers for the picture paparazzi, the four, all of us, Toastmaster Claret, Toastmaster Anuj, Toastmaster Gajendra, they tried to bring in their personal stories. They tried to bring in, some of them were traveling and yet they were energetic and enthusiastic to come forward and speak, highlighting the true spirit about Toastmasters and the true spirit of learning, caring, and sharing. Special applause for Toastmaster Claret for doing that. Toastmaster Anuj and Toastmaster Gajendra were also on to the point, bringing in stories, their perceptions, and for a moment, it never felt that these were table topics or extempore speeches that were being delivered. Thank you so much for coming up with such wonderful evaluations, for wonderful speeches, letting me do this evaluation. Our speech evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Kashish Chawla, she delivered a compact and complete evaluation. She introduced the evaluator's objectives right at the beginning of the session, ensuring all of us are in sync with what the speaker is trying to do and what is expected, and also ensured that she has come and from her evaluation we could understand that she has discussed with the speakers and also try to understand why and from where the speech is coming through. The evaluation was complete. It was motivational. It was energetic. Her hand movements was very apt. Although in evaluation it is not necessary, but since it is a virtual platform, if we move sometimes too much in front of the small box that is in front of me, it causes a lot of distraction for everyone who is looking at the box. But she ensured that that does not happen, and very well placed and very well delivered evaluation there. In fact, I also commend her for the fact that when she was providing the recommendation, she even enacted the recommendation and said how exactly the recommendation can enrich the speaker's speech. And it was already, the speech has already been evaluated by Toastmaster Kashish, and I will move on to the supplementary role players for ours. Our language evaluator, our counter and timer all precisely explained their roles and also explained the different word of the day. I especially commend our language evaluator for coming up with such a nice word of the day, an explanation, the origin and the pronunciation of the word right in the beginning of the session, ensuring that the word sticks with us. Congratulations on that. I also commend our counter and timer, Toastmaster Nipun and Toastmaster Shivali, irrespectively, for providing such wonderful concrete reports. One recommendation again, since we are on a virtual stage and it's easy to lose attention or track, we can probably share our reports digitally towards in front of the audience so that we can also see and observe where exactly this is going on, kind of like a prop that we use as an add on to the message that we are trying to deliver in a speech. Other than that, it was overall a wonderful session. It was fantastic. It was high on energy. And the speeches were quality. The session, the segments, the keynotes were all inspiring, energetic. It's brought in a lot of value to today's evening, and I'm sure that all of us here today learned humongously from each other. And I look forward to 400 and more sessions from Toastmasters, from this Toastmasters club of Central Delhi Toastmasters. And I'm sure that with the great talent, the great energy that you guys already have, and already you've completed all 10 goals like our IPDD just mentioned some time back. You have milestones to achieve. You already have milestones. If you have reached the moon, aim for the stars. And if you've reached the stars, you have the entire galaxy. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for this wonderful evening and this awesome session. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, DTM Kaushik, for such an amazing evaluation. And we will keep these evaluations and feedbacks in mind and make our meetings even better. As Nobel Prize laureate Bob Dylan once said, "The trail is darky and dusty, the road it's kinda rough, but the good road is awaiting, and boys, it ain't far off. Trails of troubles, roads of battles, paths of victory, we shall walk, we shall walk, we shall walk." This 400th meeting is the commencement of bigger battles and bigger achievements in the near future, of taking our club to unprecedented heights. And with this, I, Toastmaster Yash, sign off as a Toastmaster of the day. See you all again soon. Good night. Over to the President, Toastmaster Karthik. Thank you.
Thank you, Yash. What a great evening we had today. Those were 2 hours of power-packed segments. It actually felt like the Nobel Prize ceremony and the Oscars were rolled into one. It definitely was that level of meeting today. Well, at the start of the meeting, I had made a statement that our club is the best in the world, and after 2 hours, I have made sure that the statement wasn't esoteric. Well, at CDTM, we always like to raise the bar high, and trust me, any other fellow Toastmasters, you won't be able to match us with any of our century meetings. Well, it's been an absolute honor for me to be presiding over the 400th meeting of a prestigious club like Central Delhi Toastmasters. We have the great names that you saw today, and that is the kind of caliber and the talent that this club has, that it continues to attract dignitaries. I thank all the past presidents today. I think there was Karan Hari who had joined. Then there was Ajay Malik sir, Gurpreet Babbar, uh, yes, our immediate past president who was also the core member of organizing the meeting, Gursifat Kaur. And yes, Shipra was there today. So sorry if I am not able to recall any of those names, but yes, it is because of your contribution that we were able to have this meeting today. And a big thanks to DTM Deepak Menon sir, who helped me arrange the big names in the meeting today. And yes, things were made easy because of him. Then Toastmaster Gajendra Khare for laying the field out in terms of how these meetings are organized. And special thanks to Toastmaster Gursifat, who really guided me at every single instance. And we started planning for it a month back itself for this meeting. Then yes, it wouldn't have been possible without the members of the core committee of the 400th meeting. We had Toastmaster Yash, who had started his preparations a month back for him. He was the chief curator of this meeting. Then our VPPR, Toastmaster Akriti Jain, who helped us design numerous posters that we were able to attract so many people. Then Toastmaster Akshat Goyal, yes, he was in charge of finding auxiliary role players, preparing agenda, and really ensuring that we deliver things in time and not become too optimistic. Well, 9 sessions, and we still aren't way too delayed here. Then yes, our district webmaster. We are blessed to have a person like him, Toastmaster Karan Veer. I haven't seen anyone who's more selfless in the Toastmasters community. And yes, and if there's even anything outside of Toastmasters that I need, I've never heard a no from him. A big thank you to him. Then yes, our Sergeant at Arms, Kashish Jain, who who was the one who had to carry the baton and give energy to our meeting. So thank you to everyone, and thank you to all the members who have joined in, and every single member who has been associated with this club, that we are able to celebrate this milestone, and this gives us more energy and gives us more belief that we can hold, that we can touch 500 as well. Well, having said everything, you have seen the firepower of the club today, the capabilities of the club today, the kind of people it attracts, the talent it attracts, and how strong pedigree of this club is. So this also coincides with the renewal time. So it's time for you to carry on this journey of excellence with Central Delhi Toastmasters. If there's any one of you in the meeting today who hasn't renewed, please do it by tonight. We are probably going to increase the prices in a couple of days, and we don't want any of our current members to be losing out on the discounts. So please pay by tonight. And yes, you've already seen what the club can offer and how much you can contribute to it. And given that it was a special meeting, so I am in some special mood now. If Are there any guests in the meeting today? VP Education can confirm that. Are there any guests in the meeting today
Yes,
who
I
want to
guess
be a
there
member
are
of
two
CT?
or three guests
I
in
think
the
there's Sachin Kaushik.
yes
Then
guest
there's
couple,
Kapil.
and I
Yeah, I
guess
think Himani is also a guest. Ankit.
Ankit. Yeah.
All right, please turn on video, everyone. So as per the charges that we have, or as per the fees for the club, it is 1000 for the next 6 months. And yes, you are already aware, we've already made you aware that you have to give a 2000 rupees one time membership fee to become a Toastmaster. This is a lifetime fees that you have to give to any club in the world. This is something that goes to the Toastmaster International Organization. Now, if you give this money today, which means 6,000 plus 2,000, 8,000, then you also get membership of March absolutely free, which means by paying 8,000 rupees, not starting from April, you become a Toastmaster tonight, and then you start your journey from next meeting itself. All right, that's our offer to you. Our other prizes are anyways 900 per month. If you take the membership for March as well, that makes it 8,300. But if you do it by 11:30 p.m. tonight, that is going to be 8,000 rupees only. All right, and I would request all the guests to stay till the end. If there are any doubts, if there are any concern, and if they want to talk about anything, we can definitely talk about it. All right, so all the members of the club, you've heard me. Please renew if you haven't. One more message for everyone before I say goodbye. Uh, we are going to start with our normal meetings from the next week. So we have a very hard working VP education. Please don't make him work more hard than he is already doing. So uh, we have a role booking sheet set up for in which you can put up your preferences as per your availability. I request you to please put your names against the slots. Well, before I say goodbye, I am seeing a lot of people leaving. Please turn on a video and we should get a good picture of the 400 meeting. All right, everyone. I still see Gajendra Khare, Kashish Chawla, Shivali, Janvi, Ankit, Digant. Please turn on your videos. Khare sir, please turn on your video. All right, we'll go with whatever we have right now. Yep. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining in today. And special thanks to Kaushik Da and Kashish for accepting the invite to take up roles in this special meeting. And we hope to replicate this gesture and perform roles for your club whenever the need be. Thank you so much to both of you. Thank you. All right. That's the official end of the meeting. Goodbye to everyone and keep going from strength to strength. Stay safe. Good night, everyone.
Bye
Thank you.
everyone. Good
Bye
night.
bye.
Good
Anyone
night,
who wants to
everyone.
stay can stay. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, Ashna. Ayush, you can stay. Yes, Sachin sir. You want to talk? Ankit, can you hear me?
May I speak?
Just hold on for 1 minute, please. Ankit, can you
Okay,
hear me?
sure.
We don't seem to be getting a response. Yes, Sachin, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you. So this was my third meeting, or I must say third session with your club. And definitely it was very nice. It was packed with so much of new things. Already I am a Toastmasters from Aditya Revenum Toastmasters Club, Orissa. Ours is a new club. We almost covered 56 sessions. There is a small request. Because of this online session, I'm able to visit others club also. But the thing is, as I said, we are very new and guests are only allowed for table topics. I can understand always there is a time problem, but at least as your club consists of DTM, Deepak Menon, Jennifer Madam, and you as well, TM Karthik. I have heard you all. I want that at least you should give one line feedback. That will be much more encouraging for people like me, because as I said, we are very new, and I don't find that somebody who is of my same level will be better to judge me or tell my problems, or what must say, the things which I should look after. So I can understand that it's a time consuming, but at least if it would be in a 1 minute thing only feedback, that would be much more better.
Yeah, all right. Sachin, I would like to tell you that in every single meeting of ours, there is a role called as table topics evaluator. She is given 4 to 5 minutes to evaluate each of the table topics. So we already have that as part of the meetings. Yes, in some meetings, there are special scenarios. So we do away with that role. But as part of the standard meetings, we always have that. So it may not be like a 1 minute complete feedback, maybe a 30-40 seconds, but we do have it. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably send you a link to one of those meetings where we have that role. And yes, we do have that if you want to experience that. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Sachin. Yes, let's hear it from guest number two. Kapil, you can go ahead. I mean, if you wanted to say something.
No, it was a very nice session. Unfortunately, I had to drop off for 30 minutes, so I couldn't be there the whole time. But whatever the time I was available in the call, it was pretty educative. It was pretty good. And yeah, and as far as the membership payment goes, I think I'm going to do it as soon as I can. And that 6,000 part is something that I could not understand.
All right, I'll explain that to you. So there is a club fees and a Toastmaster International fee that we take every single month. So that 1,000 rupees, a part of it goes to Toastmaster International for all the education material and all the resources that you get. And then there is a small part of it that we use to pay rent for the facilities. Given that we are going to start with our physical meetings as well from 23rd of March. So we'll need that money to pay up for the rent and also for the Zoom licenses that we have. So that's 1,000 rupees per month, and Toastmasters goes on 6 months cycle. So the cycle starts from April, and you can only take membership till September. So that's April to September, 6 months. And 2,000 rupees is a one time lifetime fees that any single person on the earth who wants to become a Toastmaster has to give. So that's just that money. And
Okay, okay,
and
yeah.
that
Only
2,000
that.
rupees.
Yeah, yeah, only that 6,000. So I need to pay that amount in a go, right? Because
Both
earlier
of
I
them,
thought,
both of them, both of
yeah,
them.
both of them.
Both of them.
Yes.
So that'll be 8,000 rupees because that first will make you a Toastmaster, and then we'll be utilizing that small fund from your every month fees to pay off our finance, our rents and every other thing. But if you take
Yeah.
it tonight, you get March membership as well for free.
Okay, clear.
Yeah, because if you
Thank you
see,
so
then that makes it 9,000 or something. But if you take it tonight, we'll give it to you for free. You'll become a Toastmaster tonight itself.
Can't you stretch the window?
Like how much?
I mean, a day or two, because after this I have an official call again, and then I will get busy, and I don't know when those next call will last. Could be midnight. So if you can stretch that window a little more, maybe till
All
tomorrow.
right. With the special powers invested in me by the Toastmasters, uh, it is going to be 8 p.m. tomorrow. Would that work?
Yeah, thank you so much. That will give me
All
enough
right.
time to think.
Okay. All right. And can you please drop your number as well? We were trying to get back to you. I think we wanted someone wanted to talk. So can you drop in your number in the chat? I
Sure.
think yeah. Ayush will probably get in touch with you.
Here you go.
Yes. All right. Okay. Thank you, Kapil. Looking forward to you being Central Delhi Toastmaster member. And yes, the moment you join, we'll have the roles automatically assigned to you, and we'll have someone take you through the whole pathways journey. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kapil, for joining it today. Yeah.
Yeah, pleasure
All
is mine.
right. Okay. All right. Yes, I see Gurpreet staying in. Yes, Gurpreet, please go ahead. We
Yeah,
can
yeah,
meet
it's
normal as well now.
it's just a habit to stay till the end in the club, nothing else.
Gurpreet, uh, can I talk to you after this meeting because there is something important?
We can, you can uh, drop, you can message me personally. I will let you know
Yeah.
on a direct message. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I think Gosifat, are you there? No, I don't think she's there.
All right. Yes, Gurpreet, just need some feedback from you on the meeting. You've seen the club through thick and thin, and you know all the intricacies of it. So just wanted some feedback on what we can do better in our meetings or events like these. Yeah.
I think something, first of all, having so many household names under one roof, or one say one virtual platform in a meeting, it's something which is very difficult knowing how to get them. And uh, secondly, because it adds up to the value the members get out of the meeting, that varied experience and learning from them. That's really good part of it. And specifically having the what you say fun sessions aligned to the Toastmasters curriculum in a way they are a twist of table topics. So it maintains the idea of having that public speaking enhanced for every member, that opportunity even in a special meeting, which I think many clubs miss out on still because of having just games and all. So I think which CDTM has always somehow. Yes, Gosifat, you can come, you can join your video. Okay, so that's a really good part, which I think CDTM always adheres to in special meetings also. That we have that Toastmasters curriculum, we have experience speaking, and also we are someone. Okay, a little bit here and there, but however, our meetings are still bang on time. So really good part on all of these things. And regarding whatever we maybe like normal discussion whenever you feel like when we can have a normal discussion about how maybe I would like to know how is your experience going on in the club and how do you feel the club is. So
Yeah.
all these things, how is your personal. Mhm.
Personally, yes, I think we've been blessed to have at least Gursifat on our side. Without her guidance, because I am, to
Mhm.
be honest, a sort of a rash person. I tend to not think much and tend to just do them. And Gursifat tries to put in it in the direction of Toastmasters, of how things should be formally and the way they should be done. Although with our age, it may sound very opposite, but yes, he is much more mature in terms of really doing things the Toastmaster way than me. So I think I've been blessed with that, and we do have a very committed vice president PR and vice president education. Because of them, that we are able to conduct these meetings, because having to talk to 15 people every time before the meeting and getting them to agree to sit for 2 hours and perform their role, it's a challenge given the kind of busy life so many live. And then yes, with PR, she's already herself very motivated. She keeps coming up with different sort of posters and ideas and all those sort of memes and all that sort of stuff. So yes, we are blessed to have both of them, uh, and it's because of them that I am able to conduct the activities. Now, starting up, yes, there's been a little turmoil in terms of not having a vice president membership right from the start. So we haven't had any person take up that opportunity. You are seeing me do it right away. I am talking to Kapil. So that's been a little bit of a problem. And we're trying to have a re-election so we can put someone in place. Then yes, our secretary had to unfortunately, I mean, there is some sort of medical situation that he cannot continue, but something that is not in my hands. So that's those are the areas I think uh, that I really need that we need to sort of work on. And yes, with the new people coming in April, I think we will have a lot more people coming in, a lot more enthusiasm coming in, and we'll be able to take the club forward in a much better manner. So yeah, I mean, it's been a very engaging experience. I would say it's more like a 24/7 where you can't ignore WhatsApp and you can't ignore calls. So yeah, I mean, it's been good, and I'm still exploring things as they go by.
I think with the what you just speak and I keep talking to Gusifat and always have been in touch with the previous leaderships and all. It kind of helps me to relive that those moments that I lived when I was serving in the executive committee back in 2017. So kind of get flashes back. And yes, small lit spits challenges every organization have, and the way we overcome them, that makes us the best club, Toastmasters club ever, which not just is said by the club people here, but by international presidents who come and attend our meetings. So that is something which we have the tag we have always upheld. And yes, I think the next thing, big thing, is the transition to offline meetings, a smooth transition that happens, and I'm pretty sure that there would be giving our CDTM standards and all those things being set up. And someday, of course, I also look forward to we can have a joint call with your executive committee, somehow a discussion how things, just to have a little chat on how things up are going on, so that again with everyone's experience, getting to relive those moments with the everyone's experience and coming in. So that's all.
Yeah, sure. All right. If Gursifat
Okay.
wants to
Yeah,
say something.
I just want to say that like in every term there are some challenges. In mine also were there were challenges. So the aim is to just clear those challenges and keep on going. And yeah, my term wasn't possible because of my mentors that were Toastmaster Gurpreet, Sparsh, and Shapra. These people guided me a lot, and you are a very patient listener, Toastmaster Karthik. So yeah, you always listen.
All right. Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
everyone. I
Okay.
I'm getting little hungry. I skipped lunch today.
Same, Ali. We can sign off.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Me too,
All right.
Karthik. But Karthik, I want to ask something.
Yes, yes.
So
If that
Okay.
is something we can talk
I will take
personally.
leave.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
All right.
okay.
Thank
Okay,
you,
I'll come.
everyone.
Okay, bye,
Thank you.
bye, bye.
All right, Kapil. See you in our next meeting as an auxiliary role player. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye
All right,
bye.
Ayush, you can stay. All right. Ayush also left. Okay. Bye, everyone.
I take care.
Bye.